What to eat in Rome on a budget.
And we're not talking about like cheap fast food. No. We're talking about food that we locals, we Romans,
Noi Romani de Roma.
what we eat when we're out and about, and when, it's not that every time we eat we spend all this money. So stick around, because we do have quite some interesting things to show you.
Many interesting things to show you.
Grazie. Look at the difference between Benny and Valeria. Now let's go eat. One of the best budget-friendly meals you can have in Rome is Roman street food. Roman street food is something that we just pride ourselves with because it's
just delicious. It's genuine, it's traditional, it's local, and it's good.
And what could that be? A supplì, which is a ball of fried rice, sort of like arancine.
Look at that, with a heart of mozzarella.
Heart of mozzarella.
Look how steaming hot it is. Careful, because you're going to burn yourself.
A good supplì, I would say, no more than €3 per supplì. I personally have 2, usually, because at the end of the day, it's just like eating a bowl of rice, just in a fried version.
Oh, you're sharing it with me? I wasn't expecting that. Supplì should be done on the moment. So if you go by places and you see these very sad looking supplì under maybe red lights to keep them warm, no.
Another Roman street food is the crocchetta di patate, which is a potato croquet, one of my childhood memories. And it's basically mashed potatoes like this.
And you love it so much. I'm not a big fan of crocchetta di patate.
The price of this, I would say,
no more than €2.
no more than €2.
Okay, I guess I'm eating this one too. Mashed potato, seasoned to perfection, fried. Buonissimo. This is probably the most common street food that you can have in Rome. Pizza al taglio. Taglio means cut. The amount
Sliced
that you want.
pizza, Benny. But what kind of slicing? That's very important.
Thank you. You slice as much as you want. So you tell them how much you want. You see like this much, this much, this much. Because the important thing here is that it goes by weight. You literally pay what you eat.
Yeah, that's very important. Very few places in Rome has adopted like the price per slice. We use by weight.
No.
So each pizza topping or dressing has a different type of price.
Obviously.
And it shouldn't probably be, some can get very high in some places.
Well, yes, because if you go to a place and on top they have, some places have got really fancy, so you have burrata with truffle, obviously you're going to be spending more. But if you have something like pizza margherita, or a typical Roman one is pizza with potatoes, because we do have pizza with potatoes, you can't be spending, you saw how much all of this costs. This thing here, this entire thing here costs €6, so it's great. But the great thing is when you eat like that is that you can get a whole bunch of little slices with different toppings, so you get to taste a lot.
Yes, and I would say that, this, as you were saying, the slices can have a different price depending on the topping. We got very traditional ones. The pizza margherita, and you spoiled it. I was going to say this. Look, many people think that this is pineapple. When they look at it, they're like, you got pizza with pineapple. No, we eat pizza with potatoes. I know it sounds weird, but try it because it's delicious. And it has a little bit of cheese. And then there is pizza bianca. Pizza bianca is white pizza, but white does not mean that it does not have sauce, but it has cheese. It means that it has nothing on top. And this is the cheapest one.
This is the cheapest one.
And it's the snack of kids.
It's Roman comfort food. And you know what's funny is that every place has their own version of pizza with potatoes. So this is cut, and they're not fried, They're not fried. And they have them cut in little chips like that.
Now, not everything is by weight. All the pizza is, but there are some special pizzas, like my childhood memory pizza.
Vale, they're all childhood memory. You must have had a wonderful childhood.
I had a wonderful childhood.
We did. We actually did.
And so this will have a fixed price. So it will actually be by the slice. And sometimes they can have prosciutto crudo, sometimes it can be with porchetta. But in Rome, pizza bianca e mortazza is D.
Because mortadella, we call it
Mortazza.
mortazza. This entire thing, so you have 2 slices of amazing white, crispy, crunchy pizza with mortadella inside, costs €3.
And now we're sitting at a restaurant, and believe it or not, this is budget friendly, and we'll tell you why.
And it's also very smart because look, I am having pasta.
It's not just any pasta.
No, of course
This is, we're in Rome, so something that you have to have is one of the 4 Roman pastas. Benedetta decided that she wanted pasta alla matriciana. You also have
Carbonara, cashew pepe, and gricia, which is my personal favorite, but they didn't have it here, so I settled for an amatriciana, which I think is going to be amazing.
how much would a dish like this cost? So I would say no more than 15 euros.
No, absolutely.
15 euros is the most, because we went to see this for you, and on our favorite restaurants, that's the price they have. It should not cost more than this.
No, absolutely.
And you were saying, let me show this off.
Yes, please show that off.
I'm having pizza romana, which is actually a thin crust pizza, and it's not any kind of pizza. This is a very Roman dressing of pizza, which is capricciosa.
Capricciosa, how would you translate capricciosa?
Capricciosa just has a whole bunch of condiments, olives, an egg, prosciutto crudo,
and mushrooms,
and it's great. And a pizza like this should be around 12.
Not more than 12.
12.
Yeah.
Pizza margherita can be around 10. So you see, this is on a budget. And this is great. This solution that we're doing is actually great because we're at a restaurant. Is this not any kind of restaurant?
No, it's not any kind of restaurant because it's one of those places that is ristorante pizzeria. So you have both options. You have the best of the 2 worlds. You can either have pizza, you can either have pasta. So if you're in a group, everybody's happy. And
usually these places are more on a budget rather than the pizzeria exclusively or the restaurant that could be a higher end restaurant.
And another thing that I would love to point out is the water. Why the water? Because the water. Now, in Rome, we are blessed to have amazing water, so we do drink tap water. Okay, now, in most restaurants, they serve you microfiltered tap water. So this entire bottle of water is going to cost no more than €1.50. Okay, and you could also have it fizzy, because she wanted it fizzy, so we got it fizzy, or you can have it flat. But this is water from Rome. So instead of ordering a real bottle, which costs you so much more, tap water
in
Rome is the best way to go.
Is great.
Would you like some water?
Yes, please. And when in Rome, or when in Italy, pizza, you eat it with your hands. I wanted to tell you also about the portions. I mean, look at, this is not a gourmet-sized portion. Look how much pasta you're actually having.
This is a great option after a day of walking around, seeing and looking at monuments. Let's move this water bottle so you can see it. Did you see? It's a great option.
This is something you are probably not familiar with, that it is probably it's been here
since forever and ever and ever and ever, and it's the same. It's a plain white piece of bread sandwich with no crust, very important.
That's true.
It's crustless, and
it's called Tramezzino. Bene, you talk, but you don't explain. Just a simple thing as the name. It's called Tramezzino.
And Tramezzino you find in every single bar.
Cafe.
And by bar is not where you just go have alcohol, it's a cafe everywhere.
Yes.
It's very simple, and the inside, the classic one is what Valeria picked.
It's ham with cheese, and then you have so many different options that you can, I mean, there are tons of them. But again, this is important what you said.
Thank you, I said something important, wow!
Is that there is no one place that sells Tramezzino. Tramezzino, you go in a cafe, so as you're having here, there you've got the coffee, you're just standing at the counter, like when we have coffee.
It's like when we have coffee, they give you a glass of water, sometimes if they're nice. We got this, so if you get something that can be warmed up, you can warm it up, but for example, sometimes they have tuna salad or shrimps with whatever stuffing. If it makes sense to warm it up, then do warm it up. We didn't warm it up, and so we did it.
Each one will be individual wrapped with plastic wrap because it's a very soft bread, so it can't just sit on the counter, it would dry out, and it costs less than €3. I want to do something.
She used to do this when she was like 10. And you smile.
Tramezzino. Guardate, buono. And these are the simple things that locals in Rome eat. And so basically, something that all of them have in common, regardless of the flavor, is that they have a very thin layer of mayonnaise in it.
It's to allow you to swallow.
Sorry, I just had something that I wanted to tell you. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, Local Aromas, do it now because we are working on so many little fun and informative videos about Italy that I know you do not want to miss. So subscribe now. Okay, continue watching. Remember the Tramezzino we had before?
This is an evolution.
This is an evolution.
And what an evolution.
And what an evolution. Now, look at the name. Trapizzino, which is a mix of what words?
Tramezzino and pizza. Trapizzino. And this is pure genius.
It's pure genius because basically it was created with a purpose. And the purpose is because in Italy, or maybe more in Rome, but I think all families do it, when you finish eating and you have all the leftover, you sort of mop up your dish with a slice of bread. And in Italy, that is called scarpetta. So the chef who invented this, he wanted to create a portable scarpetta. And what did he do? He baked a nice, fluffy, thick pizza
in a square that is then cut in a triangle, and it is stuffed with typical dishes from Rome.
Yes.
Remember, there's no such thing as Italian food. These are iconic second course dishes from Rome. So this is pollo alla cacciatora, which is
chicken cacciatore.
She's so unromantic when she describes dishes.
Well, that's how it's called in English.
Well, yes, but it's chicken and then everything. It's just amazing.
But the cool thing is that when you come here, they're not just prepared and ready for you.
No.
You actually, the bread is obviously ready, but then they open these like beautiful basket. They look like the gelato baskets, and they have different dishes. So you can choose to put like meatballs with sauce.
They have meatballs with sauce. They have
parmigiana, not chicken parmigiana, it's eggplant parmigiana.
They have tongue with green sauce, which is amazing. Pollo alla cacciatora. Sometimes you find burrata with the anchovies, and then you find the specialties because we also have some. They also have seasonal specialties, and it's, look at this, and now we're going to just blow your mind and see how much it costs.
You know how much this costs? This is like a full meal.
It is a full meal
because
you have the protein, you have the carbs.
It's cooked. It's like a cooked meal. You're just having it on a bread, well, a delicious white pizza, and it costs
€5.
€5.
And you can sit down and eat it, or you can just take it. They have these little on the go, and then you eat. I mean, and not only it's okay. I don't want to get too much into it, but this is healthy. It's delicious. It's good. You know, this is done on the spot, and then everything is organic. But anyway, it doesn't matter. And this is a great street food. So, our concept, our idea, suggestion is, since you're coming to Italy to, other than eat, and you're going to be visiting museums and piazzas and stuff like that, and monuments, something like this is a great option for lunch because it's fast. It's portable, it's something super easy. Then you have the aperitivo, and then in the evening you can sit down in a restaurant and eat. But this is a great lunch option.
And I must say, it's stuffed with chicken cacciatora. So it's, I mean,
and
look
not
at
just
the
fake chicken. I mean, look at this.
I mean, this is a great portion. And you see, when we say you don't need to go to those fast food places just to go on a budget, in Rome you do find incredible foods, local foods that actually represent our culture.
Absolutely.
But are still on a budget. I'm like a little kid on a toy store. Allora, io prenderò nocciola, mandorla e panna. Grazie. hazelnut, almond, and panna whipped cream. Gelato, which just is the word in Italian for ice cream. So if you see gelato, 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 it's just ice cream. But then you have good ice cream and exceptional ice cream and ice cream places that I don't go into. Gelato can also be a meal on a budget. Locals, we eat gelato also as a meal. This is, imagine the small cone, and when you choose a place to go to, make sure it's a gelateria that specifies that everything is made from scratch. Now, why is that important? It's important because you start with the ingredients, the milk, the cream, the strawberries, the chocolate. It's all high quality since the beginning. So actually, when you eat this, you're eating something that is super nutritious, super delicious, and this is €3.50, the small one. Usually during the summer, when I want to skip lunch, for instance, because it's just too hot to eat, I get the big cone. We're still under €5-6, and you have an incredible, delicious gelato. And I like mine with whipped cream on top, panna.
Happiness. Did you see how many delicious things you can have eating on a budget in Rome? And I mean, not a budget. It seems
Right.
as if it's nothing. Wow, but guys, everything that we've had, from the pizza to the Supplì to the Trapizzino, everything to the gelato, everything is super high quality and delicious.
And this is what we eat. Remember, this is local, true local Roman food. So now you know, and now you can enjoy Rome if you're on a budget, and you will simply love it.